What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So last video I did talk about the buff that's coming for the Shicom, but today we are going to be talking about the PDW 57. So the PDW is finally getting a buff in the SMG category, and I know a lot of people have neglected using this weapon, and mainly because, I mean, it's not really that viable, and, you know, we have a sister weapon, which is the CBR4, which is much more superior. But now this might not seem to be the case, or, you know, it might be able to compete against the CBR, if not be better. So we all know that the PDW, like I said, has been abandoned for quite a long time, despite the buff that it received back in Season 4. And I think there was another buff like later on down the line, but I can't really remember. But, you know, even after all these changes, the PDW still wasn't really good enough to go against the current weapons that we have today. You know, the M13, CBR, PPSH, and so on. But really, I'm happy to tell you that this weapon's finally getting some adjustments. And those adjustments include adding a damage multiplier for the chest and upper arms, improved the first damage range from 6 meters to 9 meters, an overall improvement to the bullet spread accuracy, as well as an improvement to the leg multiplier. So the first range may not seem like a lot at first, but you do have to couple that with the fact that it did say that they're adding multipliers for the chest and arms. But the problem is that they didn't really specify by how much, or they didn't really give us the amount of damage that this weapon actually does, so I could actually calculate it myself. But I'm hoping, you know, for the most part, because I mean, I know this weapon hasn't really been great in terms of range, because it does have a 4-shot potential at very close ranges, but it's not really enough for it to actually be strong at longer ranges. And you would think it would be really good, because I mean, this weapon feels like it's built for, you know, close to medium ranges. So yes, while the fire rate does make it seem like the 5-shot isn't really much of a bad thing, but still, I mean, even the headshot multiplier isn't really that great either. It's also worth noting that even if you put extended light or marksman and even monolithic suppressor as a combo, your meters in range, at least for your first range, doesn't really improve that much. It'll probably go up by like maybe 4 or 5 meters, which in turn is like maybe 13 to 14 meters in total for you to get that first damage range, which could result in a 4-shot kill. But again, we don't know what the multipliers are for the chest and arms. If it's enough to actually increase the damage for longer ranges, I mean, yeah, then the 4-shot potential will be increased. But as of right now, we have no knowledge of that. And it's kind of important because, I mean, that's kind of like the defining factor of whether or not it's going to be better than the CBR or not. As for the leg multiplier, I did not know that was a thing. I thought it was just, you know, 24 damage overall in medium ranges. So that's actually kind of interesting to note. But I mean, then again, I guess it's kind of like a normal thing. I mean, you know, usually if you shoot in the lower part of the body, you're going to have lower damage. So, I mean, I'm not really too surprised about it. Other few things that we do have to take into account is the fact that the PDW, I mean, if you've ever been killed by a bot with the PDW and light stock, it is absolutely insane. I mean, the PDW for the most part has one of the best strafing speeds that I've seen for a lot of SMGs. And when you put it with light stock and everything, it's even faster. And I mean, like if you guys, like I said, if you guys been killed by a bot with the PDW, you know how fast they strafe side to side. So putting that together with, the damage range buffs and everything, I mean, who knows? This could kind of like be a Holger for SMGs. Well, I mean, then again, the Bison does exist, so. Also, putting it with, you know, Skulker is probably another thing to take into account, because that just increases the strafing speed even further. So, I mean, and also, even if you put Marksman Barrel on it, the one that actually decreases your ADS movement, it's not that bad. It's still extremely good when it comes to its strafing speed. So yeah, for touch players, I could see this, you know, being put to their advantage a lot, since they care more about speed. For me personally, since I'm a controller player, like, you know, it's nice to have some speed, but when it's too much strafing speed, like for example, like when I use the Holger with no stock, honestly, it's like way too much for me. Even before the combat stock, or I guess the SAS combat stock for the Mac 10 got nerfed down to 20% ADS movement. I mean, it was a lot. I was like missing so many shots because it was like way too fast. I mean, yeah, like I like speed, but there's there's a limit, you know. So really only time will tell whether or not this thing's going to be really strong. As of right now, you know, it's still kind of soon to say. I mean, we have to wait until the update comes out, which for us in global, I mean, typically we just get the update extremely late. So, but like by, I guess, the day before the season begins, we're going to start, you know, getting the update. And hopefully, I mean, I really hope that this weapon can stand up to like the CBR and even the PPSH, because the PDW deserves some love and it's been neglected for quite a long time now. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.